Today on Real Life.
When an animal's fit,
Yes.
they can live as long as 20% more.
It's a mine source. It's a rock type of nature that gives you very fast green up. So
Hi, and welcome to Real Life. Well into summertime. Kids are all keeping busy.
They are, and we've got one more great idea. If you haven't heard, the Kids Fest Tour is back again in Ontario. This is part of the Billy Graham Association.
For anyone that's not aware of what Kids Fest is,
That's
this is a
right.
wonderful thing they put together. It's tons of fun for the kids.
It's tons of fun. It's going to, basically what it is, it's a fun family carnival. The Billy Graham Association has partnered with local churches. So you come, have a fun carnival with the kids, and then there is a concert from God Rocks.
And those concerts are so much fun.
Pretty cool. So
High energy.
8 cities in Ontario this year. You can check it out by visiting their website,
Right.
kidsfest.ca.
Kids Fest with a Z. Right.
And hey, to get you in the mood for this whole Kids Fest tour, we've got a great giveaway that you can win by visiting the Real Life website.
That's right, Real Life on CTS.com, and you click on contest and look at this stuff.
Like God
Rocks everywhere.
videos, T-shirts, the whole bit.
The whole thing, and it could be yours. So that's reallifeoncts.com. So I know we'll get lots of entries going on, but before you run off to the website, be watching because we have lots of stuff coming up this half hour. I know with the changes in the Ontario regulations, pesticide use is out. So a lot of people are left kind of scratching their heads on how do you make your lawn look good? Well, there are answers, and we will be checking in with the folks from Scott's Canada who have some great options for making your lawn look great.
And some things that don't make your lawn look so great sometimes are puppies.
Well,
Puppies.
You get to
Puppies
clean up
and
after
lawns,
the puppies.
you do. Otherwise, you got some lawn problems.
But
Puppies
other
have-
problems puppies can have are weight issues. And there's a fellow who can help you out with that, Franco Cavaleri, a well-known dog trainer, and we get some tips from him on Real Life. Well, here we are just outside of CTS, joined by a couple of my friends. Here we have Copper. And over here we have Franco Cavaleri. First of all, welcome to Real Life. Copper, could
Thank
you
you.
sit
Thanks
down,
for having
please,
us.
hon? There we go. Now, you are a fellow. We want to see if our dogs are, if we have concerns about our dog's health.
Sure. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Now, when we're looking at a dog like Copper, beautiful dog.
Sure is.
Beautiful, beautiful dog. But like many dogs, Copper is a breed and a type that tends toward gaining some weight.
He is. And the fact is that today, you know, our dogs have become a more intimate part of our lives and our homes and our family. And in fact, then as a result of that, they're beginning to experience and exhibit many of the lifestyle-induced disorders that are common to the human family members. Obesity, diabetes, chronic inflammation included.
Yeah. Now, is that partly a factor of sometimes with our busy lifestyles, maybe we don't have as much time to walk our pets as we'd like to?
Two things, you know, one is diet and nutrition, and the other is, yes, lack of exercise. And those are the most common contributors to obesity in human cases as well as our pets.
Sit down.
And so, you know, it leads to a great opportunity for humans to take responsibility for their pet's health and at the
Sure.
same time their own.
So at one point, now Copper's actually not in too bad a condition
No.
here. He's in pretty good shape. But what do we want to do if we want to get on top of this?
Well, the first thing is that we have to choose the right foods, foods that are nutrient dense and void of processing. So we choose a food that whole raw foods are the best. But some lifestyles are not conducive to feeding raw foods. So maybe a high quality food from a bag. We add live supplements such as a multi-mineral, vitamin, antioxidant, and fatty acids. Interestingly and ironically, you know, fatty acids added to the food, the right blend of fatty acids will improve metabolism and cause the animal to burn fat as opposed to gain fat. You know, the biggest problem we have is that many of the foods, again, are processed, the fats are oxidized, and they contribute to fatness as opposed to empowering the metabolism to work efficiently.
I think Copper's going to try and jump down here. Can we get you to
Copper,
sit down?
come on,
Can you
sit.
sit down? Come on.
Sit. Sit.
Now, while we're trying to
Good
get him
boy.
to sit down, this is an interesting field you've gotten into.
It is, you know, I started on the human health and wellness in 1992, nutrient-gene interactions related to human wellness, but many of these studies stem from animal trials.
Right.
And so I moved into work on many animals that weren't responding to pharmaceutical drugs, and we found that they responded better to nutraceuticals than humans did. And the reason is, again, that the majority of their foods are processed and they're not able to extract the nutrition that their body needs to work according to natural design.
You must get to see some really awesome success stories, though.
Oh, it's amazing.
In your field.
It's amazing, and so quickly because they have a faster metabolic rate.
Sure.
And again, because we're starting usually with cases where nutrition isn't what it should be, within weeks sometimes people call us and in 2 to 3 weeks, I have a different dog. I can't
Right.
believe it. It's not the same dog. The coat's
Amazing.
different. I've lost 3 or 4 pounds, and energy is different. And the fact is, when an animal's fit, they
Yes.
can live as long as 20% more
And that's
than
the,
an animal that's unfit.
that's the most important part of all.
Sure is,
Because
yeah.
it's a part of our family. We want to keep them around.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Now, do you ever get results from people that say, not only is my dog getting more fit, I'm getting more fit?
That's almost always what happens. 'Cause first of
Right.
all, if people start to notice a result in their animal, they become dedicated to their own health, realizing that, there is something we can do. I can be in charge of my own health. I can take responsibility. And the other thing is that part of the program is getting involved in some form of activity. We talked earlier about getting involved in some variable terrain walking. And this environment, as we said, was perfect because we have
yeah.
uphill and downhill, and we can do circles around these huge buildings and get a variety of that. And by doing that, obviously, you're getting the same exercise your animal is.
Right. And it's gentle. Like, it's not like you're killing yourself. Like,
Absolutely
it's
not.
gentle, but you're getting more of a workout.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa!
oh.
Except unless you jump off the picnic table.
Yeah. Sit.
My goodness.
Good boy.
Now, we have a book here. And is this a good place for folks to start?
Absolutely. This book teaches you generally about emotional health of your animal, how to read their body language, how to communicate in two-way, and this relieves stress for the animal, how to integrate them into your home safely, and then how to choose the foods that will empower their body to prevent premature aging, obesity, disease, all kinds of disorders. It's an amazing book that speaks to prevention as well as therapies.
Excellent. Now, before I let you go, you mentioned about watching their behaviors for signs. Could you give us a couple just as a quick little starter?
Clear examples. I was watching Diego earlier, and Diego seems to be a little more skittish than Copper. He holds his tail between his legs. I noticed he was sitting there with his arm up, and people think the arm up is a cute thing where they're offering your arm to shake your hand, and those are what we call factors that demonstrate the animal's uneasiness. And so if you understand what they're telling you and what these things are saying about the animal, then you're able to understand their emotional state. Diego a few minutes ago was looking up at me, and I looked straight at him, eye to eye, and that's something that dogs are very uncomfortable about. He turned his face and licked his lips, and that's a sign of basically submitting to me and saying, okay, you're the boss, I'm moving away, and I'm not looking at you anymore, so that he doesn't create a conflict.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
One step to start and a book to get you the rest of the way. And I want to thank you for joining us today.
That's my pleasure.
You can check out the book and check you out online.
Online, yeah, yourdogshealth.net.
Excellent.
Yourdogshealth.net, you'll be able to find access to the book.